Well, sometimes you don't know what your lineup's going to be. Like we told the kids for tomorrow's lineup, we don't know. We actually don't have a lineup posted because we don't know who's coming in, who's got to go to a workout, with a private workout with a local team. So it's frustrating, but yet I'm happy that it's happening because these guys are leaving for the right reasons. They're not leaving to leave us hanging. They're leaving because they're getting better, and that's what this is all about.
Can you talk about what's like being back for another year, and talk about this year's roster and what excites you?
I'll tell you what I like about it, as I look at these guys take batting practice, and I look at them physically, this is probably the biggest team, strongest team on. They are all passing the eye test for sure. In the past, we had some good players. We had some good athletic players. This year, we have looks like big bangers, which would be a lot of fun for us.
How would you sort of compare the level of the draft league? If you look at the minor league system, where these guys would enter, what sort of level is the draft?
I think this is the New York Penn League. I think it's a short season in the A-ball. We have a lot of juniors who are more than capable of performing in A-ball, especially the short season stuff. So I would definitely compare this to a short season.
Do you think that it's, because people ask all the time, oh, it's Woodback. Is it similar to Cape Cod?
I've never been up to Cape Cod. I've heard a lot of good things about the Cape. I heard that's a mostly pitching dominant league, and I don't know that for sure. This is what I've heard. But I'd much rather be around some good hitters than good pitchers, quite frankly. So I think this is getting, if it's not, it's as competitive as the Cape.
Can you talk about what's about this year's roster and all the movement going on? How do you deal with that, the movement?
Well, I think you just got to be patient with it. And I think the movement is something we expect, something that comes with the territory with this type of league. And again, it's a good thing because it means guys are obviously playing in the College World Series. It means guys are out working out for professional teams or affiliated teams. But again, like I said earlier, it gets frustrating because we don't know what our next step is going to be. Like, we don't know what kind of workout we're going to have until we see how many position players are here. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good vibe.
Jeff, how important is it to set a professional environment for these guys?
It's very important, and they've been told that when they walk in to a professional environment, they don't want to be behind the eight ball with the baseball etiquettes. They don't want to be behind in the fact that they don't know what time to get to the ballpark, how to dress at the ballpark, how to approach the batting cage, how to approach a batting practice. There's some things that professional coaches don't want to deal with. So we set the tone, and we let them know everything they need to know.
Can you talk about this year's coaching staff? Sean Chacon is back, but you got Darren Fold and Adonis Smith. Can you talk about those two coaches?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an extremely experienced staff for sure. I mean, you look at the records of both these guys that you mentioned. Obviously, Shaq speaks for himself with the career he had, but Adonis and Darren are absolutely great additions to the staff. As a manager, you sit there and go, well, okay, Adonis is taking care of the infield and the hitting, and then Darren's taking care of the base running, the outfield. I have nothing to do except bring the lineup out, So it's a really good feeling knowing that you got guys as good as this.
You mentioned some of the new rules. What are those that you just have to be aware of?
The pitch clock rules, the bases, the thrown over, the rosters. We don't have temp guys anymore and things like that. So when these guys go out there, they're not trying out. They are here until the end of this first half.
Mound visits.
Mound visits are different, so we'll see what happens.
Will that help the guys perform better, that there aren't temp players, guys who are like, I might be gone in 3 days? These guys who are here at least know they're here through the 4th of July.
Right. I think that's easier. I really do. When you have some kind of comfort knowing that you're able to make a mistake and know that you will be back the next day. This is not do or die as far as playing or going home. This is a do or die where I want to do as well as I can, hopefully get drafted.
I've heard before when we were a AA affiliate, these guys should know this. They're at the AA level of baseball. These guys, as we spoke about, are maybe not quite there yet. So does that make you more of a teacher than a manager?
With both.
Not than a manager.
I understand.
A teacher and a manager.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have to do a little bit of both, and a lot of both, I should say, because today's coaches, they have not played, they don't have the experience we had. We've been a lot of coaches like doing these levels now have had 25, 30 plus years, and a lot of the coaches at the higher levels have not had as much experience. So you only teach what you know, and for them to say, well, you should know this. Who is the teacher? Who is to tell them?
Right.
So for here, we will try to teach and manage and give everything we have.
Speaking of the draft, you guys had, I think, 8 players last year got drafted. And what was it like to be part of that as a manager?
We were a little part of it. We cleaned up some things on some hitters. We cleaned up some things on some pitchers. And I think in baseball, everybody has a piece of it. They're high school coaches, they're college coaches, they're mentors. Everybody has a piece in it. For us to say we did it, we didn't do anything. We just facilitated them, cleaned them up a little bit, and get them on their way.
Do you keep in touch with some of those guys?
Some of them I do. I'm not one of those guys who chases the guys around and how are you doing and things like that. They reach out, I'll respond. But yet, in my experience, it's better just to let it be, let it go, and don't get emotional tied to it.
I know that the ultimate goal in Trenton is they want to be an affiliated club. You've been here for 3 years. You've seen the facility. Is this still a place that can host affiliated ball?
Oh my God, it's sad to think that can happen. That this place is, the facilities are top notch, the front office is top notch, the ownership is top notch. You never have to ask twice for anything. Usually, you don't have to ask for anything because everything's there. You think of some places that are just, it's a dogfight to get paper towels, to get the baseballs, to get bats, to get equipment to take care of the fields. Here, it's top notch, and I can't see why they're not going to be unaffiliated for too long.
Do you still get reminded about your short stint here when you?
Once in a while, yeah. Once in a while, it was enjoyable playing there. I think it was like a week. I think it rained every day too, if I remember correctly. But I do reminisce about that.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
this season. Good
Thank
stuff,
you. I
guys.
appreciate it.